your man Bishop Bang, and welcome to another episode of It's Whatever with the Bishop. Magic Moments with the Mosleys present. I am your host, Bishop Bang, the $1 Million Trainer. I got the owner of Yeah Yep Entertainment, the founder, my co-host, Funny Man Jeff.
Yeah, yep.
And we is definitely in the building, man. What's going on, man?
I feel good. I'm like, you kicked my ass Tuesday leg day. Y'all should have seen his pre-workout. It was still flowing while he was training. But I feel good. Like, I am low-key, I ain't gonna front. Low-key, I'm burnt out. I'm fucking exhausted, but I keep pushing because it's the good kind.
Okay.
It's the kind where I'm active. It's like if you burnt out from work 9 to 5, I don't feel that bad for you.
Right.
That's your job.
Right.
But between working out, now got another little side hustle going on, and just doing yard work. Just my son's playing football now, so it's like, what is sleep? But it's a good burnt out though, because I'm like, okay, now you ain't sitting around wasting your fucking life away. You're active.
How would it be if you wasn't?
Yeah, I'd be miserable. Like, but you tired?
You feel burnt out because you're doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's like I always say it's like the workout routine. Mm-hmm. So when you put everything you gotta do in line the same way and hit it the same way, it's the difference.
Yeah. Because I still be having these. I say I'm burnt out because just had these moments.
You're just tired.
Yeah, but it's like I still be having these crazy boosts of energy though.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like my days I did like lately, because the work's been kicking my ass. There's some days I didn't go to the church and work out or whatever, but I'd be like doing cutting the grass, but I have my trash bag on and shit. So it's like I'm getting my
right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's crazy, man. But it's a good burnout though. Like, I'll get my rest eventually. I did all them years of being a lazy fat fuck. Like, I got catching up to do. Yeah, man. But other than that, I feel good, man. I just, look good, feel good, look good, all that,
Oh, the young boy's about he's starting football.
He Monday's the real deal, but Thursday was like a camp type thing. It was just, but it's good. He never played organized football. I think his mom said he did years ago, but he was super little.
Okay.
So getting his 3-point stance down, like getting used to coaching, and I told him just run everything you do. You got to run in football. Mm-hmm. If they tell you get water, run to the water. You run back to the coach, and be attentive and working on 3-point stance, coming off the ball. He shows some promise. My son ain't got no mitts, but we gonna work on those.
Okay.
I'm loving it though, man. He's getting active. Yeah.
He see you.
Yeah.
He see you doing what you do. So
that's what my cousin was telling me. Yeah.
He see that
I ain't no hypocrite.
Yeah, they watch. They watch. It's a difference. You see you going hard, so you can speak about going hard. There be people that try to speak about things that they ain't doing.
Right.
So it's, when the kids get a certain age, they kids remember. They be like, man, they was telling me, and they do everything.
Shit.
That's why I always say kids are of action. Mm-hmm. They hear you, but it's more about what you do and what you're doing. So that's what they mimic. But yeah, that's what's up, man. You excited about the baby?
The baby will be here before you know it. I am excited because it's a girl. I finally get my daughter. Everybody's like, oh, she's going to have you wrapped around your finger. I don't give a fuck. So what? Let her have me. Mm-hmm. I know how it's going to be though when she get older. I know what type of father I'm going to be once that teenage year hit and all that. But for now, while she's a little girl, let her, because I'm going to be her first love. Like, I get it. And I got my shit together now.
Yeah, that's good.
That's another reason I'm excited.
Proud of you, man.
Thank you.
That's why it's not so much of saying it. People see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you show exactly where you was coming from. People see you in that stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, with the alcohol and all that. And just being where you was at and just seeing where you at now. But like, even when you speak on the anxiety that you had, certain things that, like when people talk about mental health and all that, when you see someone right before you that was in that boat and you watching them, you know what I mean? You see the steps that they're doing. There's your answer. So I look at it like when people be like X, Y, and Z, I'm like, you have to see people that's ordinary people that's right there with you doing that once suffered and came from that place. You know what I mean? Your testimony to where you at now and just what fitness does for you. That's why I just be like, it's and I know other trainers can attest to this. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. It's so much disturbing because I haven't always been where I'm at.
Right.
So I was depressed. Like, dude, suicide trying this stuff. I was like, I was out there. So it was a part of me that said, you know what, I can no longer be like this. I owe a lot to God. A lot of it, that's my foundation. You know what I mean? So not only I've been doing it so long, so now some people I'm meeting and they seeing me right here, and this is the person they get, so they don't really know
no slim,
right? But yeah. So here comes someone right now before you, like coming from where you just was at. I had forgot when you were speaking on the situation. I'm like, damn, that was January. So now you look at your leap.
Yeah.
From what fitness done for you mentally and just your state of mind and where you at.
I started in March, right? I turned 32. It just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
So that's why I look at my body too. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, I keep pinching here. I'm like, but then I'm like, bro, it hasn't even been that long. Look up here.
Yeah.
Look here.
Yeah.
Look at the inches on the waist.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna have those moments where, you know what I mean?
It's reality check.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, what happened if it was all done? You see what I'm saying?
When
it's done too early.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel with working out, and this is what separates the people. It takes something to eat right. It takes something to stay consistent to the workout. It takes something to accept your mind, the change that you're feeling. You know what I mean? Because when I'm endorphins, it takes something to go through all them steps. So I look at it the same steps that you will go through in fitness, you're going to use in regular life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel when people be like, oh, this is this and that is that, and then you see the activity in their life from things they're suffering from, and a lot of people put it on Facebook. You see it. You see people, mental health, my this, and this, and then you look at their activity.
You burying it in the weed in the bottle? Are you continuously focusing on it?
Right, and then
doing anything?
Even some people ain't even doing the drugs. They ain't even burying it in liquor. They're not even doing that. Social media has become, it's like an AA meeting. So you come in for help, but you're coming there, but you're not doing. You see what I'm saying?
And you think you're coming for help, but it's really you just need a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
Somebody around you like that saying, I blame your old head. You must not have an old head. You must not have a genuine brother, sister. It doesn't have to be blood brother, sister. Like, who is this support you got around you? You don't have nobody you can. Right. How many bridges did you burn?
Nah, it might not have burned bridges because I had people, but I had to search outside of here.
I had to do it.
My family in Virginia. I owe a lot to them, and just the little lessons between, you know what I mean, like it wasn't like, oh come, you know, it was more of, hey, you need to do this, try this, and see, when people give me something to try, I'm just not going to not try it. You see what I'm saying?
You give it a second.
You have to try.
What I got to lose now?
Because you want to be better. So you want to be better. That's the first thing. If you want to be better, you're going to find some type of help. You're going to try all these different things to see what works to help you with what you're going through. So I look at it, when people don't want to get help or look at the importance that you say it plays, so why don't you get help? And then that ties around to me. I'm how successful do you plan on being?
That's why this burnout, I feel right now, I'm okay with it. Because I know, like, this is what it feels like for people who are on their way to success.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm going to feel like this for the rest of my life until I got kids, graduated college, having kids, and I feel like I'm okay.
Yeah.
I got to get used to this for probably the next 20 years.
Yeah, I'm running.
Yeah, that's how I feel fucking
tired. I feel good because coming from, like what Leland said, how hard it would be. When he said that, how hard it would be coming from Harrisburg, how hard it would be to make $1 million here. I heard it, but I have to chase it. And not just from here, because I'm a marketer and do what I do, but my mind and my body has to be one with my outcome. You see what I'm saying?
You know, I could really.
Yeah.
Because I'm still in the
Some
breakdown and
people,
rebuild
some
phase.
people we always watch the privilege. Everyone, it's like you gotta attach to a certain story, a certain that fits you. It's gonna be a struggle. You know, you have to look at people from your struggle and not to say, oh, it's not the same as mine, but it is. Mm-hmm. You don't look at this the exact
for tat.
Yeah, like, but you gotta look at it like, do you want to be better? To successful people, you want to do what it takes, and it don't mean having a lot of money or famous. When we talk about success, we talk about at what you care about, at what you do. So I look at it like fitness, your health, your mind, what you eat. If people don't understand right now that what you eat plays a major part in how you feel. Food plays a major part. Major part. You're going to feel different when you eat certain stuff. Your body reacts to it different. And
there's tons of different fruit out there and vegetables. Like, go to, and like, I get it, some of the hood, like Giants and Wises and stuff like that, they might not have the best produce section, but what do you have to lose? Fuck it, go to a Wegmans, or go to like a Whole Foods, or like, you know what I mean? Go to a farmer's market. You'd be surprised what you see. Try the shit.
Yeah.
You can eat it whole, you can bust everything down, put it in smoothies. Try it.
Yeah,
flush your system. Flush that shit.
I recommend, I highly recommend that you take care of yourself. That's the listeners. It is, especially in our age, it's serious. You know what I mean? It's life or death.
Literally.
Yeah.
What did Chris Rock say? Niggas is dying over table salt.
Yes. Like,
table salt, it will kill you.
And that's why I'm not. How can I say this? Because my wife gets on me. I be like, I don't feel bad. Like, I look at, it's not good to put people beneath. I feel like if you don't care about yourself, it ain't even about coming to me. It ain't even about, I promise you, I'm going to have clients. It's not even about that. I wouldn't care if somebody was going to Claudie, going to Jaleesa,
do something.
Going to Rob. Like, you have to do something.
You can even go to fucking YouTube.
Yo,
you can learn. Because when I'm not with you,
I mean, just like, yo, I think a lot of how people treat each other here and in this, it is their activity. Go to work, it's the basics. Go to work, pay bills, get late behind on bills, go to work, deal with a no good man or no good woman, go to work, eat. Like,
it's so much more.
It's so much more. You're going to feel, listen, I tell you, when I tell you the feeling that it gives you, you'll see the best in wherever you at. Because how you feel about yourself, it ain't going to matter where you're at. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter when you feel like great about yourself. It's not going to matter where you at.
Fitness will help you fall in love with yourself again.
Yes, it
like, I love me now.
Yes, it opens up so much. Like, it's crazy. Like, I just be sitting there. So when I hear people and I'm like, what have you tried? They, oh no, but I'm just got it out. I listen, it's nothing personal. I don't care to hear that. I need to hear solutions. You don't gotta tell me nothing taken from that. I don't think there's too many different news stories. People who suffer from abuse, childhood abuse, all types of stuff. But my thing is this: what are you doing to get better? What are you doing to show that you love you in spite of what happened?
Yeah, I heard someone say, You're not responsible for what happened to you as a kid or growing up, but you are responsible for your healing.
Yes.
Now you owe it to yourself to heal. Get some healing.
I say to my wife,
Therapy.
who has to say it? Like, because then it's like, okay, when a celebrity say it, they hear it for a second, and it depends who has to say it. Like I be just like, I guess you gotta just keep saying it. You know, somebody, it might just click for that person at that time. But I just be like, man, life would be so much better for you if you start loving yourself, and that means even what you putting in.
Back to our one episode we did a couple months back, when the knowing when enough is enough.
Yeah.
People are gonna find it, just like with the working out. Like, you get it now. I'm starting to get it. Oh, I need to work out. And you'll know when you're ready. Yeah. It's like somebody leaving a bad relationship. You'll know when you've had enough.
Right. Yeah.
And I tell people too. I keep it 1,000 with them. The first week, 2, maybe 3. I thought that would you be okay. But the first week or 2, it's gonna suck. You're gonna be sore. It's gonna hurt. Push through that. The moment you push through that part where you can work out and wake up and walk and feel all right, and put deodorant on, boom, you there. Now it's just consistently keep going. But you got to put in the work though.
But I'll be having energy like a kid.
Me too. I get off work burnt out. Like, I be out for work because I do labor. I get off work and my feet hurt, but then I'll get home and I'll drink some water and then I'll change into some different attire. Now I'm ready to cut my whole yard. I'm ready to pull weeds, or I'm ready to, you know what I mean? I'm ready to hand wash my car. Like, yeah. And then when my wife put, come on, I'll wash yours too, like a crackhead. Like, what else can I clean? I'm looking, what can I do? Like, I need to do something active.
Yeah. That's how I get. And I'll be like,
people
don't get to that stage. Yeah, they don't get to that stage. I'm telling you, when you get to that stage, it's crazy.
And then I do intermittent fasting, so when I do that, I might not have ate just yet, or I might only have like one meal in me. I still have all this energy.
Yeah. I always, I listen to people, but I do now. That's just where I'm at. I know a lot about you, about how you care about yourself. Mm-hmm. That tells me a lot about you. Mm-hmm. I always say, you see people, how can you truly care for someone else if you don't care for you? Mm-hmm. So I always look at when people are doing a certain set thing, and don't get me wrong, people will do it for the money, mm-hmm. do it for whatever little reasons, but it's not because they truly care, because then you'll be taking care of you.
My wife always says, especially lately, who you keep getting in shape for? Why you just want, what are you doing this for? I said, for me. I've been fat my whole life. Like, I want to see what I look like. Just once. Yeah. For me, I want to live. I want to feel good. I ain't doing it for the bitches and the hoes that's fucking cheat on you.
Listen, that type of thing is for everyone. You can make listen, bro, you can do what you do to you, but listen, you gonna get there. You gonna be like, yo, but do you know where that's gonna take you, bro? You gonna feel like you can do anything. Mm-hmm. There's not gonna be nothing somebody tell you can't do.
And my confidence level shot back up to where it was when I was in high school.
It's crazy. It's crazy. That's how I move. Like, listen, what you want to do? Anything in that gym, we can do it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how I feel. Like, man, listen, I run with the best of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, because I know outside of the little put up heavy video, I know the work that goes on. I know the volume where it's, you know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. Listen, I can hang. I'm a grow in that situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm ready for it. I'm up for all that. And that's why I say it carries over accomplishing. That's why I say about setting little PRs and stuff. Because it's like putting you in motion to accomplish goals. Even if it's a short goal. And I like the short goals because the short goals from week to week, right? That's why I put little things in there for us. So where it'd be like, all right, yo, we gonna do, it'd be something crazy.
Yeah, we had a day, we gonna ball out today.
Yeah, we gonna break. So then you look at it like, boom. Man, I got that. I accepted that. I got that. So then the next one, like when you was going up in the squats, mm-hmm. you was at 3-something mm-hmm. before you know it. Like that carries over.
By like my 5th leg day.
That carries over. Even on the job. Oh, that pallet gotta be up there. Mm-hmm. That's another goal. Let me get that done real quick. Mm-hmm. And it be them little things that just help build for the big things. You know what I mean? It's all It helps you believe. I'm big on law of attraction. I'm big on what you believe and being able to see it. Rob Carter had told me, and this always worked for me. He said you have to visualize the exercise. Visualize it before you do it. See yourself doing different things and just watch how. And I didn't used to do that. I used to go in, do what I do, but then I really started doing what he said about visualizing. You do it. That's why I do little things with the ad will. If I see it in my mind doing it, I be like, yo, I
gotta try.
Yeah, I can do it. I know I can do it. You know what I mean? So I do it. If I see me, I might say, oh, I'm gonna do this off of this. I visualize it, then I know I can do it.
You know what I want to tell people too? I kind of done a post like this on Facebook. Like, you on your swole tip, I'm trying to get on my swole tip. But it's like, I want to tell you, you don't gotta do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just get healthy. What's healthy for you? You can just slim up, or you can imagine how you feel if you drop 25, 30.
Just get active.
Or you ain't gotta go in there and lift like us. You can go for a nice ass fucking 30-minute brisk walk 5 times a week, or like, you know what I mean, or just something. Grab some resistance bands and work on some of that, or an ab wheel, or push-ups.
Yeah, I was
stuff like that. Like me, I'm trying to go. So that's why I go ham. Like,
there's parts of people's brains that they don't even use.
True.
I've been reading that a lot lately, and I'm just like, wow. So now I wrote down all these different parts of the brain, all the different things that they do for the brain. I'm like, man, I'm making sure my brain gets that. Yeah, I'm gonna use this thing to its capacity with it. And there's people that don't even know. There's certain stuff in your brain that you can activate that might cure something that you're going through. Cure something that is, you know what I mean, that your brain, it might be little receptors in there that ain't active. They were saying about like people that don't pray or meditate. That's a whole part of your brain that needs to be used. So it was saying about, it's not about being religious. Your brain, you need to pray. You need to focus on your thoughts.
You think your higher power is.
Center yourself.
Just believe in God.
It's a part of our brain that uses that focus. You know what I mean? So that's why I like reading the books versus listening, because there's a part of my brain that has to keep me concentrated, to stay focused. That helps me stay focused. That I know, okay, I'm gonna lock in and read this for 2 hours. And I know me, I'm not stopping until I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. So then that helps me. Then you got to use that part of your brain. It was saying stuff about the like men with the libido, the serotonin. Yeah. Like serotonin, like there's people that don't even use it. They might got a low count and don't know if they start exercising, they gonna feel like an 18-year-old boy and being there killing it. But you stay weird. We having dudes, oh, I don't need that. I do that without you. You think you do what you do, but just imagine if you do what you do.
You should do whatever for you.
You feel me? Like if you up there, like I be listening to people, man, I'll be, even though I still be, because I had learned, I've been reading that, like even like the cognac, I was looking up that, like using too much alcohol as a stimulant is not good. It said it does the total opposite effect. It said, and I posted it, ain't nobody like it, but it was saying how alcohol would kill your libido, kill your sex drive.
That was happening to me. I get so lit, I just go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I get cussed out.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah. You know, it's being truthful with yourself and being the best that you can be. You owe it to your lady. Ladies, you owe. Because I read that women can't perform at their highest peak if they don't feel sexy about themselves. Like, we come to sex for relaxation. We cool. They were saying how women, depending on how they feel about themselves. So like if the spouse is not doing a good job of making her feel, raising that in her to be like she's just this mediocre, you know? And I feel that sex is very important. It must be performed at a level. You know what I mean? So that is the transfer of what's supposed to be man and wife oneness. So I'm talking about it on that scale. But yeah, like you want to get the heighten of the height and you can spark it because how you feel about yourself. That energy drives in.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean. It's important, man. It's very important. And that leads me to my question.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what's up?
That leads it to that. It was my first question was, what are some of the tools that are needed to help make a relationship work?
You know what? Now I got almost 3 years married, and it's cliche. Everybody says it, but I can say it with some like communication. Like if y'all ain't rapping, like my wife could be pissed off, or I could be like, I've been working on it, like, and she's been working on it. So let's just say these are some things we've been through. I'm not trying, because I usually be throwing my wife clean under the bus. It ain't like that, but like she'll be pissed about something and take it out on me, and it's like, tell me what the hell is wrong with you, like, because instead of you taking it out on me, and at times I've been angry and took it out on you, if we can just, and it sounds so elementary, but some people don't. Some people are stubborn. You know what I mean? Like communicating on, like, yo, and it could be something I did, or something my family did, or something that happened at work, something like, you know what I mean? Tell me about it, so that I can, one, be a listening ear, so you can get it off your chest, and two, if I do have some sort of advice, or just something for you to calm you or relieve you, I got you. Because there's, like I'm saying, there's times where she's pissed or I'm pissed, and nobody's saying nothing, and this can turn into some of the biggest arguments. And then you also come into a point where your mind get to wondering, did I really do something? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what really is wrong? Or you pull your hair out, you're making all these instances in your mind. You know what I mean? It might not be something you did. She just didn't communicate, or me, I just didn't.
Was that something you had to learn how to do, or you?
Yeah, because I was dogging before I got married. Like I wasn't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I wasn't taking no relationship serious. Like, so it's like I did have to learn that. But going like rapping with you and your wife, and rapping with the minister that does our marriage counselor, and then just having to literally grow up.
Right.
Like I had to grow up. But yeah, so communication, and one more thing. You gotta like love this is especially for the men. You gotta love your wife more than you love yourself at times. Because you always gotta love yourself.
Right.
Like, and people always used to say, "Oh, how you got them is how you keep them." It's kind of that, you know what I mean? But it's like you gotta love her like, what do they say? How Jesus loved the church? You know what I mean? Like, show that woman unconditional love, man.
How do you? I always hear that, and I was talking about that this morning. I'm glad you said that. So how do you? What is that display of love? Because there's people that might not know how Jesus loved the church.
See, well, first thing, I'm back into like complimenting. You're beautiful. I'm back into, I'll tell you I love you 100 times a day. But here goes the deeper part, like the grown-up stuff. Like any knowledge I get, whether it's health knowledge, whether it's financial knowledge, whether it's what's going on in the world today, current event knowledge, I am sharing that with my wife. Anything that I know is going to better me or just keep me, you know what I mean, on my toes or whatever, you're getting this. Like when I changed my diet, I did not force it down her throat, but I gotta get you hip to this. Because if I'm out here trying to live and I'm trying to put better things in my body, I need this for you too. You my wife.
Right.
And then I also tell her too, like, it's my job as a man. Because sometimes how women are, like, or at least my wife, you think you know everything, you think you're better than everybody. I'm like, no, it's just I'm gaining knowledge. I'm opening my mind back up, like I'm on this new wavelength. I gotta share it with you.
Now. You hear that?
Yeah, I gotta drop this on you.
So it's not just me. All right, I'm cool.
And I'll be telling her, like, I love having the Bible to back me up, especially when I'm doing the right thing. It's in the Bible. I'm supposed to leave this house. I gotta be the man. You know what I mean? So that's my way of love. Like that is love, because I care about you to the point where I want you to be as good as I'm trying to be, or even better. Shit, like.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I always hear that.
And she hit me with that. And my son, he's been having my back lately. I got your back, Jeff.
I know some stuff. That's why. I'm always
and I'm learning it.
Yeah.
And I'm learning a lot.
They listen, even though they might say that they
because they know us where we was at. You know what I mean?
So yeah, my question was another question. Can he loves his family if he cheats on his woman?
Family as in who? Like the kids?
Everybody. Like, and I ask that, and I say family because I look at it like when you get married and you get into that, it's not just your wife. You take on that responsibility as a dad too, and I look at it with the relationship faithful to it in the house. So like, was it really important to you?
Okay. If it's how can I put this? If you are a habitual cheater, like you just fucking off, then I say no. But if you like make a mistake, or if you like, if it's like a one-time thing, or if it's like, you know what I mean, like, I don't know, if you did it because y'all had issues that y'all should have worked out. I'm not condoning cheating either, but I'm trying to like.
Yeah, I'm listening. It's how give it to me.
Yeah, for the basis of this podcast is because I know if I cheat and I get caught cheating, I'll be dead. Y'all gonna read about me in the paper. But then I try to look at life too, because ain't nobody perfect. But if you really on some habitual cheating stuff, like yo, you're never gonna get it right. Like you got caught up, y'all worked it out, and like you continuously doing it, then I don't think you love yourself, or you really don't love her and the family. Like you should. Either you should have found a way to cut the ties. Sorry, y'all. Found a way to cut the ties, or like, I don't know, man. Yeah, like one time thing. I think we can get through this, but some women can't. So don't expect her to. But if you constantly,
I look at it. You have to weigh all your decisions. And listen. I'm not perfect. I just work on being dope. I'm not perfect, but I would know that I'm the type. I have to weigh everything. I cannot let my future be affected.
I'm trying to get my rocks off.
I cannot. And I say that to say, even if things are not happy in my home. You see what I'm saying? I will have to resort to other methods before I go adding extra animosity to my life. So when I hear people say, well, this was going on and this, and this, I hear you. And then the ones that being the reason, like, it's, I don't know, it's because you dealing with what you deal with after that. Your life has become now, before making that decision, even in the unhappiness. Now
you could have got past that unhappiness.
Yes, now you're really unhappy because there's a process.
And if y'all make it right, that trust, I'm gonna fuck with everybody. Say that trust is always gone or questionable.
Right, and it's a process that lingers in your life. It affects your outcome of your goals because that situation is around and it's still hanging and it still holds a place in your mind because it's not finished. You still think about things that happen in it, why it happened. I don't know whose fault, what part of it that you think of. Most people ain't going. Some people will be like, oh, I shouldn't have did, or they just think of the reasons of why they did what they did, trying to come for just whatever justification of it. But it's going to hold a place in your mind where that could be used for something else. So I look at it like, in that situation, man, even if things wasn't right, I couldn't do it. Because I don't have time for the drama that's going to come. And might I say, even if she did it, I'm still not going to have time for the drama that comes with it. I will have to make a decision on where I would be, how the marriage would be. I don't think I will be able to stay in it to play around go out in it, just for the comfortability of things that I have set in place. But I would have to have an answer for it, what I would do and how it would be. But it have to be early. I cannot drag it on. I don't have time for that that luggage. So I look at it like all that comes into play before you make that decision, because it does affect your outcome. It affects your drive and how you.
And you know one thing, I think it boils back down to the communication, and it boils down to maybe if you need to go seek some type of marriage counseling or therapy, because it's a root to them unhappy times you're going through. So this arguing, there's a root to this. Did you make every effort to try to fix it before you stepped out? Right. You know what I mean? Because like you seen the wavelength me and my wife been on to fix it, and we still have our rainy days.
You never stop fixing.
Yeah, but it's just. It's
we ain't gonna say fixing, we're gonna say building.
Building, yeah.
You're not necessarily fixing something.
And the only reason why we still do have some of these rainy days is because she's pregnant as hell, and them hormones are a biatch. Because I feel like if she wasn't pregnant and going through some of that, some of these moments that we had, these little rifts, probably would not be there. You know what I mean?
So you knowing that though, so
ain't no point. I laugh at it now. Yeah. Not in her face.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Or I come to you like
you don't carry it around.
That's another thing, fellas. It is just like how they say with the ladies. If you married, you should be. You don't necessarily have to always hang with married men, but if you gonna vent about what you're gonna do in your marriage, it better be to a married man. Right. Because I only vent to you, and granted, we got the group chat with homeboy with bro Keenan or whatever, but it's like I dare not vent to a single person or anybody in my family who's gonna like judge her.
Yeah, they don't share the same.
It's So when I vent, I'm gonna tell y'all what Brett says because it's real simple and it's not that personal. Gotta keep fighting.
Yeah, that's it.
You gonna be alright. You gonna get through it. Yeah. Or you laugh like, hey man, been there. We go. This too shall pass. And that's what you need.
Down the hill, the roller coaster will come off the hill. Yeah,
that's what you need.
Yeah, it is. It has to be worth it. It has to be important to. And that's why I can tell when it's important to a person. And that's major, and I feel like people do come because it's the truthfulness, it's the faithfulness to withstand what it is that come up in relationships. I do feel like when that it's a lot of repair that needs to go when someone steps out on their wife or their husband. There's a lot of repair. Women handle stuff way better than men because a wife to step out, that will break a man.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, that would break.
I was going to talk on that.
Yeah, that would break a man. That would break. That's why I say like I don't dwell on it, but I
like fall out.
I'll bitch. Listen. Not saying that I would not be bothered. I feel like life comes to kill you. I'm telling you, life comes to kill you. Life is. That's why you gotta take your good moments because they don't them type of stuff like that. And that's why you have to be on that wavelength that don't happen. I always put it on the man. I don't care, man. Listen, you have women to me come committed to you and faithful by nature. If you all about her and you do for her, listen, she ain't giving that to nobody else.
No matter what they've been through too, because you'll catch a woman who's been battered, bruised, and been through some shit, and if she love you or like you or love you or like you or whatever, and she coming to you, she's still coming.
That's why when I hear dudes talk, I don't say nothing. I'll be listening to them, but I'll be ready to be like, yo, I'll just be listening though. I'll be like, yo, like some people I'll just be thinking like, sound like a coward. Or just sound like you ain't up for the task of listen to that. Come on, man. You have to be willing to learn if you want to survive at something. People get into things and you just can't automatically say, okay, we're together. And you not go through or find ways to be better at the things that's going to come about. I didn't know how to be married. We could have ended it, served papers over nothing, and you see what I'm saying? Yeah, but I had to learn this is what you do. So I look at it like we do not know how to be selfless and not make it about us. You have to learn that as a man. You have to learn that and actually take. Well, you cook, but she does things.
That's a part of me being burnt out too lately.
Right. Right. So
being selfless.
Yeah. So you're going to have to be selfless.
It's a good thing. Like I said, my burnt out right now is a good burnt out.
You have to, I'm appreciative of the males. It's a lot of little things behind the scene that I actually used to be like, felt like, don't nobody do nothing for me, I do it. But then I look at all the things that come.
When it adds up.
Yeah, I had to. And I'm thankful because it was just like a real quick flash. It didn't even last long. It was like, honestly, all the things that she do for me, like, came flying through my mind. It was like little things during the week. I was just like, damn, that too. I don't have to worry about that. That too.
Yo, when I was like on the road heavy for my shows, she'd pick my, especially say we stay in the night or this is a long road show, she'd picking my clothes out, ironing them, having them ready. She's ready and she's looking phenomenal. So because she's a representation of me, she's looking good. She's driving to the show. She's recording the show. She's making sure I'm okay. If my funds ain't right, well, we're using my funds. We're using her funds. You know what I mean? Then she's driving me back. And but this is and this ain't just a one-time thing. This could have been a couple times a month, twice a week, like. Right. And not alone. I'm like, shit.
Right.
When it came time for me to do the custody thing for my kids, she went and bought the bunk beds without nobody even asking her. Right. And then like it goes on and on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
so it is important, and that's the things you heighten. You give thanks to. You know what I mean? That's the things that you acknowledge. I know people probably get tired of me putting my wife on a pedestal. I put her up there because she performs well. You see what I'm saying? She performs well. My acknowledgments go publicly. It makes you better. So that is part of my devotion to her. I have to profess it.
You know what I lost too? And I don't know if it's because I'm growing up too or she's pregnant and it's just, I don't know what's going on, but I'm learning the whole gifts again, the romanticism part. Like, for her birthday, this is something, I did it last year, but I picked her up from work. But this year, on my lunch break, I went and got her a dozen roses and took it to her while she's at work. And that, to some people, were like, whoop-de-doo, no. For a woman?
Yeah, and for you, it sets the tone for your house. Yeah, you can't listen, man.
Around all them other women at her job. And not that we're trying to make anybody jealous, but for a woman to that love to be displayed so that, you know what I mean? Like, she almost cried. It was just a dozen roses.
Yeah. She won't come sit.
Yeah, man. So, and it's like, but that's the type of stuff that I think men sometimes forget. Like, yo, you gotta do shit like that.
Yeah. I hear it.
Some cats be like, oh, he's whipped. It ain't nothing about that. Like a dude calling you whipped.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure she good. Cause she good, then you're always gonna be good.
I think the number one is selfishness. That's the killer. What people think is important for them, they automatically think that that's important for their spouse. And it be so much selfishness. Like you will hear it, like, and it's like, it's not about what's important to you. You have to. Now, don't get me wrong. You gonna do what you do for you. You gonna have to do that. Sometimes you gonna have to do that alone. But you, as a man, you take on all those responsibilities. So you making sure she's happy. I see people post. It goes both ways.
I have to.
One thing I know, if you make a woman happy, she's gonna do what she do for you anyway. She's gonna come out and do things for you.
She won't have an attitude doing it.
Yeah. So it is. I always.
And I've been learning too to pick up the slack. Like my wife, I used to have her pay all the bills. Not with her money, but like you calling them shits in. If anything's not on auto pay or anything, you call them in. So, and I noticed like, yo, them type tasks add up. Anything that dealt with calling a company or calling, you know what I mean? So what I've been doing the last 2 months is, man, fuck it. On my lunch break, I can call UGI and pop that payment through. I can call the water company. And, you know what I mean? Little stuff. Because we as men, sometimes we will pile on tasks on our wife and not realize, because we'll look at them like, man, she got that. Like, my excuse is always, my wife is good at talking to people. Yeah, like, I'll let any company push me over. She will get results. But I'm like, I'm just calling an automated person. Like, she don't got to do that. Like, right. And like, I'm trying to dispute something. Yeah, I'm just trying to take stuff off her plate, man.
Yeah, you got to. Mm-hmm. You got to. Yeah, it is. I say this before we wrap up. You want to be. You got to be mindful of your situation. You have to plan ahead of, and look at all the things in your relationship. I'm speaking to the men. You have to look at all the things in your relationship that's going on. Things that might bother you. Things that she say that bother her that you do, and fix your end. Fix your end. Even if she's not working on what you don't like, fix your end.
Especially if it is fixable stuff.
If you take away the things that are being said, now there's some that'll come up with new stuff, but you're gonna have to look in that mirror. Now it's a whole new set. If it's a whole new set of complaints, but just fix your end. Fix your end. Because I look at it, if it's a whole new set of complaints, somebody's not trying to own up to what they. Because when you see somebody fix their end, you like, man, I gotta.
You know what I had to do too? Because I went and made like a super drastic change. Because I needed to make a little bit more change than what she did. I indirectly wanted to be acknowledged for my change. I didn't ask, acknowledge me, but I did.
Okay.
And she might not have made certain changes as quick as me or as drastic as me, but I in turn didn't pat her on the back. I didn't.
Right.
I see. The changes in you. I see we're communicating better. I see your attitude is better. I see you don't get as mad as me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I didn't do that, and that was bringing up more rainy days. Right. So I had to learn. You better compliment her too, because she did change. You changed, she changed. You know what I mean? So we can't forget to do that too. Pat the other person on the back, because we know we want it sometimes. Even if we don't, it's still that recognition is always always a good feeling. Because you gotta give it back.
Definitely have to.
Yeah, I've been learning. Like I'm 32. I'm still learning.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, good. It's 3 years in.
Coming December, 3 years.
A lifetime ago. So you thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, man. Because we'll be at this all fucking day.
Yeah, we thank those that support. We appreciate y'all.
Just take care of yourselves,
Definitely.
man. Take care of yourselves. One apple a day keeps the doctor away. Hold on, let me say this real quick, because this is the importance of why we talk about stuff like this. This is why, and you'll catch us probably every few episodes getting like this. Take this with you, because it is expensive to eat healthy and stuff like that. But take this with you. Do you want to pay a gym membership and spend maybe like $300 a month on eating healthy, or do you want to give Big Pharma and the doctor thousands upon thousands of money out your pocket and from your insurance policy?
Yeah.
That's what I want people to ponder on. You know what I mean? Them Wegmans trips and them produce trips be expensive. You know what I mean? I know for some people that see you or go to the gym,
people buying bags and shoes. I don't listen. They buy $200 sneakers.
And the blood pressure is ridiculous.
Yeah, they ain't not.
Spend that money on your health. You can heal yourself, man.
They got it.
You can get right.
They got it.
Because when it comes time to take the blood pressure medicines and this and that, and the stress that comes from your blood work coming back, all fucked up.
Because if people couldn't afford a certain thing, the price would drop to where people was buying it. But the prices ain't dropping on stuff, that means people was buying it.
Yeah.
So,
And I found out, go to the farmers markets. There's one at the farm show. You got the one, of course, on 3rd Street. There's one that says toward Lancaster. Get that produce. It's a little bit cheaper and it's fresh. It's picked right around here. You know what I mean? Like locally. Do that. Because Wegmans used to kick my ass. I'm learning, I'm going to to the Amish and people like that.
Yeah.
And live. People are just gonna try to live.
Yes. Every day we on our way.
Mm-hmm.
May peace and joy be upon you. Peace.